Suicide is not a solution. As you might know, that's the dialogue of Sushant Singh Rajput in his recent movie Chhichhore. But in real life, he has committed a suicide. One of the most successful actor committing a suicide? I just can't cope up with it. It proves that just money, just fame doesn't buy happiness. Or just what you show or communicate to others doesn't buy happiness. Instead, what buys happiness is how you communicate with yourself, how you speak to yourself when nobody is around you. And I'm sure there must be something that bothered him. He must have been depressed when he was alone. And he miscommunicated with himself, which made him take this decision to commit a suicide. But hey, we all should learn from this incident. So in this video, let's talk about how you can communicate with your own self and stay positive always when you are alone. I was this quiet, lonely boy, a little lost, and to add to that, I had failed in exam. Life sucks. Yes, I know it does sometimes. Trouble seems insurmountable and everything around you seems to go downhill, especially your confidence and self-respect. At that moment, I kept beating myself up for all that was not working in my life. You are a loser, Nikhil. You are good for nothing, were the thoughts floating in my head. Believe me, I have been through that phase of negative communication with myself. And as you know, it is not the happy place to be in. It looked like nothing would get better for me ever. And I lost no opportunity to tell that to myself. It is that situation when you are down and you keep telling yourself you are down, which keeps pulling you further down. Sounds difficult, but it is during this time you need to be nice to yourself and reword the messages that you are giving to yourself to stay positive and focused on good. So here are 5 ways to improve your communication with yourself when you are lonely. Number 1, be your best friend. Have you seen a movie called Castaway? If you have seen that movie, you will know that a friend is needed all the times, even if it does not speak. Castaway is a movie about a man stranded all alone on an island. He has nobody on that island. So he creates a friend out of a football called Wilson. Essentially, he is just talking to himself and his alter ego. So whether you have friends or don't have friends, you have yourself and you can choose to be your best friend. Now, what do good friends do? They uplift you. Especially in the times of need, they encourage you and help you stand your ground. And that is precisely what you should do for yourself. Like a good friend, use words like, "You can do it. Don't worry, I know you will do well. I know you have put in your best effort." We all know the power of these simple words. These words, when spoken to you, have an instantly uplifting effect. See what Meghan Markle thinks. We just need to be kinder to ourselves. If we treated ourselves the way we treated our best friend, can you imagine how much better off we would be? Also remember, friends understand and love you despite your flaws. So if you are unnecessarily beating yourself up, be your best friend. Understand yourself and be kind to yourself, especially in the times of social distancing. The narrative with ourselves can get a little depressed and you will need a friend to cheer you up. You can be your own best friend and put a smile on your face. "You are better than this, buddy," is my favorite mantra when negative starts to creep in. Here's the second thing, how you can communicate to yourself. It's okay to fail. We often talk negatively to ourselves, when we fail to live up to our own expectations. We tell ourselves we need to be perfect. But this perfectionist attitude sets you up for a failure, because when we cannot live up to our own role model of perfection, we start to doubt our abilities and communication to ourselves goes for a toss. Too many repetitions of that negative sentences and your brain starts to believe it. Your confidence levels drops and your performance gets no better. So what is the solution? Remember that it is okay to fail. All great people have failed multiple times and there is no shame in failing. Number 3, how you can communicate with yourself when you are alone. This too shall pass. This is a saying from the Bible and it is one that I live by. When things goes really hopeless and depressing, like the world is right now, battling with economy recession, deadly virus, this suicide case, escalating tensions, degrading environment, all these narratives from news and internet can bog us down. It is then that I tell myself that this too shall pass. And it is true, isn't it? Night turns to day. The point is, when you believe that this terrible time will go away, you will be filled up with hope. And it is hope that considerably improves the word you choose to tell yourself. Here is the 4th thing that how you can communicate to yourself when you are alone. Use the mirror. Let me ask you a question. Did you know you have a magic mirror at home? Yes, you do. You really do. Try this out in the morning. Stand in front of a mirror and smile and say you are amazing. And guess what? It will reflect back an amazing person. Magic, isn't it? This is another technique I love. Even though it seems pretty silly, but it works. And I really want you to try it out. Here is how it works. Stand in front of a mirror and smile and say, I am good, I'm kind, and I believe in myself. What you say to yourself is reflected back to you. So if you say things like, I'm terrible, my life is mess, then that is what going to be. And I think on the same lines, Sushant Singh Rajput might have said to himself when he was committing a suicide. So use your mirror and talk to yourself. Tell yourself how amazing you are and how amazing your day is going to be. I would suggest do this every morning when you get dressed for work. You'll start your day on a positive note. And we all need good start each day, don't we? Consider this as a mental breakfast for your day. You don't miss breakfast, do you? It is the most important meal of the day. It replenishes you and gives you kickstart for the day. That is what the time in front of the mirror does to you. And finally, here's the last one, how you can communicate with yourself when you are alone. Gratitude mindset. After taking a shower each day, do you choose what dress you are going to put on? Like we choose our dress every day, we can choose our mindset too. Choosing a gratitude mindset needs a little bit of practice, but it is possible. So, what is gratitude mindset? Okay, so you had a terrible day at work and you were stuck in a traffic for an hour. Your tooth hurts and your laptop crashed. There couldn't have been terrible day than this. Now look at the other side. You still have a job, you still have a car, and better, you are still alive. That alone is a reason you should feel grateful. Yes, it is possible to feel grateful in worst of situations. When I come back home after a terrible day at work, I'm grateful for the lovely family I have. I read this somewhere and I liked it a lot. Each day when I go to sleep, I see this. I'm grateful for all the blessings in my life. Try doing this tonight and let me know how it works. Amazing things happen to amazing people because they think they are amazing. You are amazing too. A unique person, beautiful and complete. Let us recap the mantras now. Be your best friend. Use the mirror and say, I am good, I'm kind, and believe in myself. Remember, it is okay to fail. This too shall pass. And have a gratitude mindset. Sending you lots of love, my friend. This video was dedicated to the learning we should get from the demise of Sushant Singh Rajput. I hope this video was helpful. If yes, please give me a thumbs up. Stay positive, stay happy. This is Nikhil. Keep speaking, keep expressing. World is your stage.